This is for a spark plugs to change for a 2006 Ford Escape. What you do is you take the clips off here, and you take this part off, which holds the air filter. What you can do then is you can loosen off this clamp to prevent them, because you're going to want to take that off later. And also there's a clamp here that goes onto the throttle body. Loosen that off. Why? So you can just tip this up like that. Now you can get access to the coil plugs, which is coil over plug right here. 1, 2, 3. I just had one out already because I forgot to start the video. 8mm. These bolts here. Take off the 8mm, and it's a 5/8 spark plug wrench to take out the plugs. To unclip the wire harness, you push down on the plug, or on the plastic clamp, and pull out. That's for the first 3. The next 3 are in behind, underneath the plenum, and underneath there. You can get one. No, you can't. What you got to do is you got to take off the plenum. I'll show you how to do that in a second. What I would like to add is, when you're screwing into the new plug, do it hand tight on the extension first. Don't wrench her down with the wrench right away. Do it hand tight as far as you can go, pretty much. And when you snug out, make it snug, and then just a little turn, just a little one. Not much, because you got to remember, when it gets hot, it's going to swell, going to contract. So you just don't want to over tighten them, because it is aluminum block down there. Tighten them up, and then just give them a little niche, I don't know, I call it niche turn. Okay, next thing you got to do is take off these 8mm. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a wire connection back there you got to take off. There's a hose right, a hose right here. The EGR valve that you need to remove, is right here. This EGR valve, the best way to take it off is to remove the bolts that go in right here, right through here. And you take them off. They are 10mm. Take them off, and the EGR valve will just float right there. I took the wire harness off because it was in my way, and you can do that as well. Once you do that, you should, I want to add, there's also 2 bolts that are down under here. There's a mounting bracket that holds the intake manifold on. There is 2 of them. 2 8mm underneath. Don't forget those. You will not be able to remove this. Take off the intake, the snorkel from here. Just loosen the hose clamp, which is this one here, and just tilt that out of the way, right out of the way. Once you have that off, that's it. That's it. You can take the plenum right off. I'll show you that in a second. Like so. Now you can get at your 3 spark plugs in the back. If you need to change your intake manifold gaskets, there are the green ones right here. All he did was tie a bungee cord over there to hang it up freely there. That's it. And again, those are 8mm bolts and 5/8 socket for the spark plugs. Same as in the front. Thank you for watching. Wanted to add, make sure you give her a good clean. It's your vehicle. You want it to last a long time. Try to clean up the surfaces here where your gaskets meet again, so that it's nice and smooth. Make sure when you have anti-seize, when you're taking out the EGR valve, the bolts that you put back in for the EGR valve, you put a little bit of anti-seize right here. Anywhere where metal meets metal, you want anti-seize. Just wanted to make that as a special note. Another note I would like to make is, make sure when you have a socket for spark plugs, the rubber inside is fairly good shape. The reason for it, so let me see if I can stitch you up here. The reason for that is, you see, there's a pre-gap. A lot of them are pre-gapped. But if you're going to lower this down into the socket chamber, or down where the spark plug goes, and this falls out, it can change the gap on the plug. It will hit there and bend in. So if you have a good spark plug socket, it won't come in when you're going down into the tube for the spark plug. It's a little tip of information that if it does drop down into the tube, you might want to take it back out to check the gap to make sure it's properly set.